Welcome back to Solution Station. Today we're diving into something that honestly might change the way you learn anything forever. It's called the Feynman technique, and it's so simple, but also incredibly powerful. Like if you've ever struggled to understand something or felt like your brain was just not getting it, this method will help a lot. And yeah, I know Feynman sounds like some fancy science thing, but don't worry, we're going to break it down like we're talking to a friend. No big words. No pressure. All right, let's jump in. Who was Feynman? First off, you might be wondering, who is this Feynman guy anyway? Well, Richard Feynman was a super famous physicist. Like genius level. He won a Nobel Prize and was known for his work in quantum mechanics, which is already mind-bending stuff. But what made him really special was this. He could explain super complicated science in a way that even kids could understand. He believed that if you truly understand something, you should be able to explain it simply. Like, if you can't break it down and teach it in plain English, then maybe you don't really get it yourself yet. And that's where the Feynman technique comes in. What is the Feynman technique? So here's the idea. The Feynman technique is basically a four-step method to learn anything better and remember it for a long time. It's not about cramming. It's not about copying notes. It's about actually understanding what you're learning, so it sticks in your head for good. Let me walk you through the steps. And don't worry, I'll explain each one with examples. Step 1. Pick a topic you want to learn. Okay, so the first step is super simple.
Choose a topic you want to understand.
This could be something you're learning in school, like how volcanoes work, or something random like how credit cards charge interest. Anything at all. Just pick one thing and focus on that. You'd be surprised how often we try to learn 5 things at once and end up learning nothing.
So yeah, one topic at a time. Keep it simple.
Let's say you want to learn about how the human brain stores memories.
Cool.
Write that down. Step 2. Pretend you're explaining it to a 5-year-old. Now comes the fun part. Step 2 is where you try to explain that topic like you're talking to a little kid. Like literally, imagine a 5-year-old is sitting across from you and you need to explain it in the simplest way possible. You can't use big words. You can't say, well, it's because of neural pathways and long-term potentiation. A 5-year-old's gonna look at you like, huh? Instead, you'd say something like, the brain keeps memories by making tiny paths. The more you walk on a path, the stronger it gets. That's simple and still correct. And here's the thing, when you try this, you'll quickly notice the parts you don't fully get. You'll be like, wait, why does the brain do that? And what's actually happening when we forget? And that's awesome because it leads to the next step. Step 3. Find your gaps and go back. So now that you've tried explaining it simply, you probably hit a few spots where you were like, I don't actually know how to say this part. And that's great, because that means you've just found the gaps in your understanding. This step is about fixing those gaps. You go back to your book, your notes, a YouTube video, whatever, and you review that part again. And when you come back to explain it, you'll now have a clearer, simpler way to talk about it. It's like doing a puzzle. You find the missing piece, put it in, and now the picture makes more sense. Step 4. Simplify even more and use analogies. Last step. Once you've explained it in basic words and filled in the gaps, now you simplify it even more. And one really great trick? Use analogies. Analogies help you compare something new to something people already understand. For example, if you're explaining how the heart pumps blood, you could say, it's like a water balloon that keeps squeezing and pushing water through a hose. Or for memory, you could say, your brain is like a big library. But if you don't visit a book for a long time, the shelf gets dusty and it's harder to find. See how that works? Analogies make people get it, and when you come up with one, that means your understanding is solid. Why this works? Now, let me just pause and explain why this method works so well. It's because most of us fall into the trap of passive learning. We just watch, read, or highlight stuff. But real learning happens when you try to use the information. The Feynman technique forces you to use what you learned by speaking it, writing it, and explaining it. You're not just hearing it, you're processing it. And honestly, when you teach something, even just to yourself, you're more likely to remember it. How to apply it today? Okay, let me show you how you can use this technique right now. Let's say you just watched a 5-minute video about how solar panels work. You go grab a notebook and try to explain what you learned in your own words. Don't copy. Explain it like you're teaching it to someone else. You write. Solar panels are like big trays that catch sunlight. The sunlight gives energy to little parts inside the tray, and those parts make electricity. Boom, that's the Feynman technique in action. And the more you do it, the better you get at learning anything. Here's something extra. I recommend say it out loud, even if no one's around. Seriously, when you hear yourself explain something, your brain gets even better at organizing the info. It's like your thoughts become real, and you realize if something sounds confusing or not. All right, let's wrap it up. The Feynman technique is simple but powerful. Here's the quick version again. 1. Pick a topic. 2. Explain it like you're teaching a 5-year-old. 3. Find the parts that confuse you and review them. 4. Simplify it even more and use comparisons. This method helps you go beyond just memorizing. It helps you understand. And once you understand something, it stays with you. So if you've ever felt stuck while studying or learning something new, try this technique. Use your own words.
Teach it back to yourself.
And you'll be shocked how well it works. If you found this video helpful, drop a like. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want more simple tips like this to boost your brain and productivity, make sure to subscribe to Solution Station. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.